That day, Raphael went to the beach with his girlfriend. They've been together for a long time and were going to get married in 2 weeks. However, when the couple went bathing in the sea, the most beautiful woman Raphael had ever seen approached him. She didn't even open her mouth. She just stayed there, looking directly at Raphael with her shiny eyes. She then moved her arm towards him and gently caressed his cheek. The mysterious woman then left, and right after his fiancée came back. She asked who was that woman, and he responded saying he didn't know who she was. From that moment, Raphael was constantly distracted and pensive, and the people who saw him that day knew that something weird was going on with him. When they asked him, he would just say that he was nervous about the wedding. But the cause of his pensiveness was different. Raphael realized he was no longer in love with his girlfriend. He didn't know how to explain to her that he didn't want to marry her anymore. He never doubted that she was the love of his life, until that day. They went back home at night. Raphael went to bed without eating dinner, feeling depressed and mulling over what happened. Sooner or later, he would have to talk with his fiancée and tell her how he really felt. He fell asleep in tears. Then, Raphael dreamed about the woman at the beach. He remembered her face perfectly, every little feature of it, and even the smell of her perfume, even though they only interacted for a few seconds. He suddenly woke up at 2 a.m, and without thinking it twice, he put on some clothes, got into his car, and drove all the way to the beach where he met that woman. And despite how dark everything was, Raphael actually found her sitting at the shore. He immediately went to sit next to her. The water was very cold, but he didn't care. It's as if his body was moving on its own, and he was just observing what would happen next. None of them said anything. They spent 2 hours there sitting and holding hands. Raphael no longer felt any cold, and being in contact with the body of that mysterious woman made him feel comfortable. Then, she suddenly turned around and kissed Raphael. He felt how his body and mind became very relaxed, and he even started hearing his own heartbeats. The woman then got up, and pulling Raphael from his hand, they slowly went into the sea. And when they could no longer see the ocean floor under their feet due to the depth, he tried to kiss her. Raphael closed his eyes to do it, but then he noticed that he started to sink. He struggled as much as he could to swim to the surface to breathe, but something was pulling him down. The next day, they found Raphael's drowned corpse at the shore. He was alone, with no sign of any other person around.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you on the next episode.